Okay. So basically, life is a series of events. Yes. Okay. Well, what the hell is this thing? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. What is that? I know what this is, but what is that? Oh my god. Anyway, life is a series of events that basically takes place and happens throughout your entire life. Well, what if somebody like comes up to you and tells you that you basically stopped living? Well, I guess then they don't really have a series of events because they just have one event that's happening at that time and place. So their life is just one event while they're living. While other people, like me, for example, I have multiple things going on, which are multiple events. That means that I have a series of events that happens in my life. So, if you have a series of events in your life, doesn't that technically mean that you are technically living a life? And if you don't have a series of events, then you aren't really technically living. You have a life, but you're not living it. Case in point. These are people's avatars. That is Skylar from Fortnite, I think. I don't know. I don't play Fortnite. But anyway, this is someone's avatar that they asked me to create for them. I created this about like 2 months ago. I'm very proud of this because it took forever to figure out how to do what they wanted me to do with it. They wanted me to put color as the outline. I don't know how to do that. I did figure out how to make their avatar into my art style though, which is great. I just made it look like super adorable and didn't give it hands because I couldn't draw the hands at the moment in time. What? I don't know anymore. Anyways, for those who don't know, I love art. I'm a big artist. Ignore my hair. And, well, not as big as I used to be. I used to draw a lot. Now I don't really as much. I mostly just, like, draw fun stuff like this. My mother says that's trippy. But, yeah. I didn't finish that one. And most of the things that I draw is mostly just characters and stuff. And there's, like, been, oh my god, colored pencils. Yeah. So cool. A lot of money on colored pencils. So great. And everything. I don't know. This thing was $10. That was cheap because I had a discount. It was $30 at Michael's. Before my stupid discount. And there are a lot of coupons. Anyway, this is the wrong notebook. Oh, whatever. Okay, do people have, if you're an artist or you like drawing in general and taking notes and stuff and you're in school, right? You have a notebook for notes and little doodles. Or you have a notebook for doodles and a notebook for drawing, specifically drawing. Well, I don't do that. I just mix everything together. So through my notebooks, like my books that have notes and stuff, I have conversations in them because we can't talk through our mouths during class, obviously, because we'll get in trouble. So we just write down our conversation and be like, pass my notebook around. Like, here you go, take this. Good friend. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I have this notebook that I've had for about 3 years. I didn't start drawing it until like the year that I had it. I actually drew my lovely logo in it. And it took me 2 years to finish going through all the papers. Ignore that. I like this one better. To finish drawing and finish this notebook, basically. And I have lots and lots of drawings in this notebook specifically. Also, you got remakes of my drawings. And then I've got cute little drawings as well, like this one. This is Margot. She is strawberry inspired. I love Margot. This one took 3 hours, and I started at 3 in the morning for some odd reason. I did the black first. And then ignore the bottom stuff. But that's a sunset. So yeah. I do lots of things in this notebook specifically. I have more people, and then, yeah. Now, I keep seeing this video trend going around of saying people, like, giving creators and stuff, like, dresses to put on their OCs, which means original character. Now, my original characters, I switched them because I have lots. My original characters are not, well, some of them don't have bodies. Because when I draw bodies, I can't draw them realistically. And I try going for realistic more so than animated. And I have a problem with that. So when I have an OC that has a body, they are going to look a bit, well, odd looking. Let's say. Let's go with that. Oh my god, where did she go? I know she's in this notebook. I have one character in particular in this notebook specifically. Her name is Elaine. Now, a fun fact about me is I used to make D&D characters for when I did actually play D&D. And the fun thing about D&D is that it doesn't really matter what your character looks like, but more of their properties and power. So all I would do is give them a backstory, draw the character, give them designs and stuff, give them their power and affiliation, meaning what kind of character are they, their archetype, and then give them out to the players. Did I get any credit for this? No, I did not, but I was very stupid and did not really care as long as someone gave me an admission to draw something. Ah, here she is. Okay, everyone, meet Elaine. Okay, so this is Elaine. I didn't really finish her backstory because I drew her after I stopped playing D&D. And then this is all of her character types. So yeah, you have the actual character herself, and then you have all of her design traits. You have the eye color, the hair color, which I was trying to go less for a ginger type, because every single time I make characters, I always base them on what I look like, and I really need to stop doing that. So I was more going for like a more brunette, auburn, brown color. Same thing with her hair, but I was doing her eye color. I was trying to do that with her eye color, but have it more like a green centered, and then on the outskirts it'd be brown. Now, her bodice and her sleeves for her dress, bodice is basically like a corset, but it doesn't really put in more of like a curve to it. It more keeps it just like straight. Not curve, but straight. But anyway, her bodice color and sleeves of her dress, I was going from like a princess type because she is technically royal, but she's not royal. Okay, so this is her backstory and her, like, identification. Elaine is a elf palace lady, so she's the lady of a palace. She lives in a palace. She's rich, but she's not royal. She is 1,016 years old in elf years, and she is 10 years old in human years. I did not do the math correctly on that. I just kind of put in the information and called it done. And then she was born into a wealthy family of where she lives. She was admitted to be a lady and marry a duke because of her natural beauty. I did not fully develop her, okay? Her characteristics: she has brown ivory hair, hazel green eyes, light skin, so like my skin basically. Green and turquoise dress with pink tones. The pink tones was because in her dress, as you can see right here, that is supposed to be a water lily. Water lilies I associate to be pink or white. For her, I was trying to be more pink because this is the actual dress color. These are the vines, and then that is her bodice color and her sleeves. So it would go pretty nice together. That is one of the characters that I originally made for her. Now, one thing that if I ever do show more of my characters that I make and more of the art stuff that I do, one thing that people will notice is that I do not draw hands as often, and I do not draw legs or feet. If I do draw legs, it's usually not feet, unless it's just shoes, and the shoes are literally going to be knobs. Or nubs. Nubs? Yeah, nubs. Another thing that I usually try not to do is associate myself with the character. So just because I draw myself based off, or I draw my characters based off of what I look like, doesn't mean that I'm trying to make the character me. And that also has to go with realistic when it comes to body type. So for this example, this is Nora Hems. Nora Hems is a 16-year-old who was born in the 90s. She loves plants, jeans, and hanging out with friends. Flowers and stars, sunshines, and moonlight. Ignore the poem on the bottom. This is Nora Hems. As you can see, she has arms and legs and feet, or shoes. Now, this character I did actually go into detail with because I drew little designs on her clothes. But you can also tell that I did not do the proportions for the arms correctly because I did not make them match up to anything. And another thing that I get told a lot when I'm drawing a character is, this is going to piss off some people, and like, you don't draw boys, and you also don't draw girls of color. There's a reason to why. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I've tried in the past, and the closest that I can get to a dark brown color for skin is orange. And I did do a few characters that have dark skin, but most of the time I try going away from that because I don't want to make people mad or upset. And then the reason why I don't draw boys. Okay, so for example, this is Mary, the character that I'm going to show you. I did not color Mary for specific reasons. Mary is a pop singer. She's also German, but she's supposed to have a nice glowy brown skin, like a hazel brown, kind of like cocoa, which is the same color of skin that my best friend has, and she's so pretty. She is so pretty. I love her skin. I'm jealous. This is Mary. Mary is supposed to be a girl of color, but I cannot I cannot color to be respectful, and I will come off rude when I attempt to draw brown skin. I have attempted it, and I feel really bad when I can't get it right, because then I start stressing myself out. And I don't want to be rude, so I just don't, and to begin with. And I know that some people are going to be like, oh, why don't you just use one brown, like a brown colored pencil, for example, just a singular brown colored pencil. That's already the color that you need. Like, no. Skin has different hues to it. For example, my skin, you can see that it's white with some pink and red tones. The same goes with girls of color and different skin tones. They have different attributes to the skin itself. So with my skin, I have pink here. I have more of a white glow, but that's because of the light. And then you can also see that it's red over here and around here. And then you can also see the dark undertones in my eyes because I don't sleep. With this, it depends and varies on the color of your skin. When drawing, it's really hard to pick up on this because you have to put highlights, you have to put shadowing in the correct places, in the correct areas, and it has to look perfect. With animated character, with anime looking characters, it's a bit easier because you don't have to really go in for the highlights or anything like that. You mostly just have to draw the color or just color it and put in shadowing. But I still try making my drawings look as realistic as possible because that is my drawing style. Now, the only problem that I have with this, and there's a thing that people have asked me, why don't you just draw drawing styles? Or change drawing styles? And like, I can't. Well, I can, but it'll take a lot of time, and my drawings have declined from looks because I have not been drawing in my actual art style. And this is a problem because it takes many years to perfect your art style, and some may not actually have it perfected even then. And the reason of why I don't draw boys, I forgot to answer this, is because I'm just really bad at drawing body types for boys. I'm talking about like characters, not like what's it called? Shoot. Biology? I don't know. It has something to do with the human body. Anatomy and biology. Basically, I'm not talking about that because I can draw bodies, but I can't draw character bodies. So that's one thing that I try not doing when it comes to my characters. Because I do have, I plan out my characters as well. So like I'll plan out their designs and what they're going to look like and everything. And I actually have one character in particular in this notebook that I'm currently holding that on one page, I went through all of her designs. I went through the sleeves, I went through the bodice and the belt. And then this is Alice, and she's not from Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, as you can see, I went through what her hand shape is, all of the designs to her hair, to her eyes. And then this is actually Alice. This is when I was drawing characters in the style of dolls, more so than realistic and stuff like that. I have another character like her as well that I did, but I didn't design it particularly, I just drew it. This is Opal. Opal took a little bit because I did have to look through a whole bunch of pictures of dresses and stuff. Now, as you can see, that Opal and Alice are similar looking, and that is because they both have the same drawing style. Like I said, I used to like to draw the style of Victorian dolls. So if you go look at pictures of Victorian dolls and the way that they look, there's a distinct look in their features and face shape and body shape. When I say Victorian dolls, I'm talking about the porcelain dolls that a lot of people don't like. Even my mother doesn't really like them. She's terrified of them. But my one aspect that I have... Sorry, I saw something. I didn't realize that. Okay, yeah, no. You go away. The one aspect that I know that I have that I don't like very much about myself. Here's another notebook that I have. What's this? is I tend to doodle or be a bit more, oh, here's a character along with my handwriting, because I have perfect handwriting. I don't, but yeah. She is a character of color. I just couldn't draw the color. I didn't have colored pencils on me. I think that was when I was going to school and I didn't have any colored pencils with me at the time. I have many problems with myself in particular because I tend to start projects and then end them. So, for example, if you go through my notebook, any of my notebooks, you will see little faces or just eyes that have been drawn that I stopped drawing. Here's a drawing of a boy that I actually did draw that I liked. His name is Alex. He's 16. He's, or she is pansexual. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What is 7 colors and is known for having luck and gold? A rainbow. A rainbow. Anyway, that was the one thing with me. I just wanted to express that, and yeah. Basically, I just wanted to express the different art types and the reason of why I can't draw certain things. Like, yeah. The struggle is real. Also, I recently delved into digital art, and I'm not very good with it. I've only managed to draw one thing, and that is just scenery. I'm not trying to draw scenery, I'm trying to draw characters. How do I do that? Someone please give me advice. Goodbye. Have a great night, great day, night, or evening, depending on where you are. Good evening for me.